It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and let's head to Hume Netball now and find out what happened there across the weekend. One very interesting result to go through, but 6 of them in total, lots to talk about. Carla Fletcher from Hume Netball joins me right now. Carla, how are you?
I'm well, thanks, Jason. How are you going?
Very well, thank you. Busy weekend, I'm sure it was last weekend, and quick check of the ladder, and we'll just have a look at where everyone sits at the moment. So the Crows are on top. They're undefeated 4-0. Then we go Howlong, Jindera, Osborne, Murray Magpies and Culcairn, all on 3 wins. So it's a bit of a logjam in that top 6.
Yeah, it's amazing. As we saw on the weekend, any one of those teams and even a couple of the others just sitting underneath could win on the day depending on how they play. So it's going to be some really tight competition in the next few weeks.
Certainly will be. Lockhart, they're 7th on the ladder with 2 wins from their 4 games, so not far behind, nipping at the heels. And then we've got a group of 3 teams with 1 win. That is CDHBU, Randall-Mundry Waller, who are back on the winners list, and the Brockburham Saints all on 1 win each. Henty and Holbrook are yet to open their accounts. So only 4 games in, there's still plenty of time, but the ladder just starting to sort itself out.
Yes, and over the next few weeks, I'm sure we'll see some changes in those positions as well, depending on who they're playing. I think this week's going to be a bit of a blockbuster game for 2 sides up in that top 3-4 position.
Certainly will be. There's some very interesting games this weekend, actually, throughout all of the fixtures. So we're going to start at Lockhart, where your crew at home will start red-hot favourites to beat Holbrook, you would think.
Yeah, I think they should go back on the winners list this week. Coach Jemima Norbury, she's looking forward to this week's game against Holbrook, and she's feeling a bit optimistic that the Demons will be able to improve on the things that they've been working on at training, and with consistent plays over the 4 quarters, I think Lockhart will get the 4 points.
All right. Then we go to Rand, where we've got Randall-Mundry Waller hosting Osborne. Now, this is a big game. Randall-Mundry Waller back on the winners list for the first time last weekend. They've been improved the last fortnight. Osborne obviously going down last week. Never a good week to get Osborne, but after a loss, I'd suggest is not the best time.
No, I think Randall-Mundry will be up against a very determined Osborne lineup after their disappointing loss last week. And look, I think Osborne will just come out firing, and they should account for Randall-Mundry quite easily. I don't think they're going to let last week deter them. I think it'll even make them stronger and more hungrier to get out there back on the court and prove a point.
Now, Culcairn probably been the surprise packet of the season so far, firmly entrenched in the top 6 at the moment, and should remain there. They should beat Henty. They're going all right at the moment, Culcairn.
Yes, Culcairn should continue with a win against Henty. I think they're playing some really nice netball. They've a new look team, so I think they'll take the 4 points. But the Henty girls, look, they're looking forward to, they've got a mystery bus tour after their game on Saturday, and it's a great opportunity for their teams to all get together as a club after a year without functions and things with COVID. So I'm sure whatever happens on the day, they'll have a great night.
A mystery bus tour. Now, that sounds all kinds of, shall we say, fun, and probably there's a little bit of danger involved in that, I'm tipping. Maybe for the next day. Might be a few sore heads.
Yeah, fun and games for the Henty girls, but I'm sure they'll have a lovely time.
Good on them. Let's move to Careen, where here's an interesting game. Now, both of these teams are 1-3 at the moment, and one of them will tack back on to the chasing pack for a top 6 spot. It's CDHBU taking on Brockburham. The Power Girls are at home. They would have been disappointed with the way they went down last week to the Crows. 1 quarter really blew them out of the water. So other than that, they're pretty competitive at the moment. I think the Power wins this one.
Yeah, I think they might. They're sitting on 8th spot and Saints are in at 10th spot. And then, but as you said, they both have 1 win on the board. And both teams, I think, will be looking for their second win. But I think, you've got to play that 4 quarters of netball, and I think both teams will come out and try really hard to do that this week. But I think the Power might be just a little bit in favour of the Power.
All right. Let's talk about the Murray Magpies. They are taking on the Billabong Crows this week. It's at Urana. Now, The Murray Magpies 3-1. The Crows undefeated. Just one loss between these two sides so far. The Magpies have just been getting better and better every week. The Billabong Crows, we know their pedigree at the moment. This is actually a pretty big game.
It is a big game, but I think the Crows will see another win. They're just they're playing at the top of their game at the moment, but I would never underestimate the Magpies and what they can put up against any of those top teams. And with a full lineup of players, hopefully they've got, I think it should be a good game.
Should be a beauty,
but
that
I think
one.
the Crows, yeah.
All right.
I think the Crows will win.
Yeah. And the match of the round will be at Howlong. How about this? After Howlong's win last week over Osborne, they got to back it up with Jindera coming to town, and Jindera will be desperate to win this. Both are 3-1 at the moment. Again, this is one of those matches that will separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak, and I don't think there'll be much in it.
No, and both teams, as you said, are coming off some solid wins last week. And Howlong will definitely take some confidence in with them after their huge win against Austin, against Jindera. And look, I think it's going to be an amazing game. I don't even know which way to pick. If both teams are playing on top of their game, it'll be very tight. It'll just come down to whichever team capitalises on any mistakes that the other team makes. So I think it'll be very closely contested across every single position.
All right. Should be a cracking round of netball once more. Round 5. Can you believe it? Round 5 in Hume Netball this weekend. Anything else to add, Carla, before we wrap it up?
No, just the 13s and the 15s and the 17s had a great day at Wodonga at the carnival last Sunday, with the 13s and 15s making it into the first final. But unfortunately, they lost. And it's a great experience for all the girls, and well done to everybody, Amy Riley and the committee for helping with the program. And we're looking forward to Interleague in a couple of weeks against Tallangatta. Right. Yeah, hopefully we've got some more info on that later on.
Beautiful. Well, another big weekend coming up in Hume Netball. Carla, all the best to you, and look forward to catching up with you next week.
Okay, thanks, Jason.